It is. The Hangout Air on Air is live. We are live, I think. Come on. Yay, we're live!
So exciting. And there's 7 people already watching. That's amazing.
Hey. Hi, Trish. Hi, Nicole.
Oh, hi, everyone. Trish. Nicole. I love Nicole. Yes, sir. And the dog is like, who are you talking to? I'm getting a little side-eye over there. Like, why are you not talking to me?
Hi, Alexis. How are you ladies doing today?
I know. I saw Trish changed her profile picture. I was like, I love the new profile picture,
yes,
Trish.
The profile picture is gorgeous.
I just saw that today, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to tell her that. I saw it, and I was like, wow, Trish. I'm like, you changed it. And I was like, because at first I was like, wait a second, is this the Trish that I know? I was like, yes, it is.
Yeah, I got sort of like a step back. I was like, hold on, that is her, right?
I love the profile picture. You look stunning.
Absolutely stunning.
And we love you. And my profile picture, old one's beautiful, this one's beautiful, you're just beautiful. We love you.
She says her sister's great with makeup. Yeah, my sister's a lot better with makeup than me. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Bree. Hi, Janine. How are you guys? Glad to be off work? Yes. Could not agree more about the glad to being off of workness. Yeah, I don't wear makeup on the weekend, like almost at all. And sometimes like Thursday, Friday, I probably won't wear makeup. Today, I actually went with like a purple smoky eye. I have never done this before. And I was pretty impressed with my ability.
I mean, I tend to do the makeup for the live streams and stuff just because I always feel a little bit more confident wearing makeup. As Max. Hi. And Angela, what's going on?
Everyone, hello.
I was trying to, I saw like the 3 A's and I was like, what's going on? This is the problem with wearing glasses and I need a prescription. I was like, I missed something.
Oh, it's just my mother.
Oh, she's so sweet. I love that your mom watches. That makes me happy. Oh no, I kind of went with like the eyeliner today. I want a little like, my wing is very large. I was like, I need to wear a black shirt.
I've been ballsy enough to do the wing because like I'm scared of them. I'm like, nope, I'm never going to make them even, ever. They will never be even. It doesn't matter. Like it'll end up being like a huge like thing and it won't do.
I have to admit, I've gotten better. I've learned, like it was one of those practice, because when I first started, it would just kept getting thicker and thicker and thicker to try and make them match. I could never make them match. One side always looked better than the other side. And then I got Kat Von D and it was just, from there, it was all, you know, it was great. It made it so much easier.
I got this really, really cute new matte, I think it's like Makeup Forever. It's a whole matte palette and I was so excited to use it. And then I put a little bit of the Too Faced, they have a purple shimmery one. And I was like, okay, I'll try this look, whatever.
Oh, I go all out with the eye makeup. I have fun with the eye makeup. I just got a couple of new palettes, and the last BoxyCharm one was great. So I've been using that one for like the under the eyebrow highlight. Oh, I've been having fun with my makeup. It's the only way it's one of those you get to meditate, you get to do your little self-love when you put it on. Take a moment for yourself.
This is a cozy book chat, and we read On What Grounds by Cleo Coyle, but we're just waiting for people to get on and, you know, make sure that everyone's here. We normally talk about for a little bit, first 5 minutes, and then we get started on the book.
I mean, if you want to, we can first start by asking if people have read the book.
Yeah, give some star ratings below on what you rated the book. So it's the first book in the Coffee House Mystery series by Cleo Coyle, and it's On What Grounds, which it also includes awesome recipes in the back, and it's really, I'm totally biased, but it's super good, like super good.
I know you love this book, and now I see 4 stars, 5 stars. Everyone's enjoying it, which makes me happy. I'm glad people like the book for this month.
Loved this book. I was telling Angela that this book was one of the pictures that I posted on our Cozy Mystery Instagram. Let me see if I can bring it up. This picture right here. That picture was actually one of the very first pictures that I ever posted on my my Bookstagram. And that picture that I took was actually the day that I posted my very first. So Max agrees with me.
I didn't see who posted it, but I saw someone ask where he was. He's here.
Oh, yes.
I don't know why he's barking, but he's barking all of a sudden.
The sampler girl says, haven't read it yet, but want to, just stopping in to say hi. She loves cozies. Cozies really are the best. I love them. Latasha says that this was her first cozy. I love it. I'm so glad. It is different for a cozy, which we're going to talk about.
That was one of my big comments. That needs to be a point of discussion tonight.
I have read the second book. I've actually read the first 4 books, Book Gal, and they're just as good. Hi, Tanya.
I know. I kind of want to know. I kind of want a spoiler because I know she's going to end up. I know. I kind of, I can see where her little love interest is going. So I kind of just want you to tell me, this way I can feel at peace, because I like having my safety net in place. You guys know I love romances. You have the guaranteed happily ever after.
Yeah. I'm only on books 1 through 4, and I think there's like 20.
There's 20. Oh, is there really 20?
I think so. She's just now coming out with the next one. So, yeah, I don't. I'm just saying, in the 4th book, they're still not sure who she's with. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting. I mean, again, I know we haven't talked about. I'm rooting for the cop. I'm rooting for Quinn. I'm rooting for Quinn. I'm in.
Okay,
Quinn.
who's rooting for Quinn and who's rooting for Matteo?
I mean, I'm really rooting for Quinn. As soon as I don't understand the. I mean, I know his name's Matteo, but she calls him Matt, so I'm just gonna say Matt. I mean, as soon as I was reading, he was cheating on her, and it was this horrible marriage. I'm going. I mean, I know second chance romance is a thing. I don't really know in this case if I'm rooting for that because of the way their romance panned out.
I don't know. Since I've read the first 4, like, I'm obviously mostly for Quinn, but the way Matteo sort of steps up, I sort of like him too, but I mostly like Quinn. But you guys have to remember, Quinn's married and he has kids. So it's sort of like you're not sure which way it's going to go.
I just look at all the decorations you have in your bookshelves. Yeah, I know, they're all color coded. My mom makes those jokes about monk because I like things neat and orderly, so I tend to have my monkish tendencies. That is a great reference, and I love that she used that reference. That makes me so happy. I just rewatched the series again on Amazon.
I love that series so much. Like, I try to tell people that if you love Monk, if you love
Psych is a good one.
Yeah, if you like Psych, if you like what's that one? Miss Franny's. It's a British like mystery, but it's very cozy mystery-esque. If you like that, then you'll like cozies. Like, that's just my opinion. Hi, Miriam. Nicole, I'm terrible for saying this, but wreck that home, girl.
I know. I was kind of curious because she mentioned the ring, but I mean, I think it was Murder She Baked with Hannah Swenson, where he had the ring on, but he was a widower, excuse me. And so I was kind of wondering, he might have the child, but he didn't really reference the wife.
Yeah.
So I have questions. I don't know. Again, I'm speculating. I've only read the first book in the series, but I was curious about the marriage as well.
Yeah, and I know that within the first 4 books, she starts getting confused on like what she is really wanting, or if she's even really wanting anything. Yes, it was Miss Fisher's amazing show. If you guys ever want to see like a cozy book that's based in like the 1920s-esque, like, it's on Netflix. You guys go and see it.
Still there, because that's where I watched it.
Yeah, it's so good. book gal. I have not read Julia Buckley Undercover Dish series, but that sounds like it's a cooking series, which automatically has my heart. So that's the thing.
Like, I don't even need to read it. The title alone won me over. I love it. Yeah, Matt irritated me at times as well. I'm rooting for Quinn. I'm hoping Quinn, you know, those of you who've read ahead in the books, if your opinion was changed over the course of the narrative, let me know, because I'm kind of debating, because I usually like having that safety net in place, and I don't have that this time.
I can't give you the safety net, not this time. Hey, Slew, how are you? Hi, Phaedra. So, what did you guys... So one of the things that I thought was really, really different about this cozy was the prologue. The fact that it's from the murderer's point of view. Like, what did you guys think about that?
I mean, there was a lot within this cozy that was different from the typical cozy mystery book. And it took me a while to kind of figure out what I made of that. And I'm still trying to parse through my reader reactions a little bit. I was talking to Nicole before about the prologue. She brought up like an amazing point about the book You, and how that was told from that point of view of the stalker. And, you know, I just thought that was an interesting comparison. So shout out to Nicole. I love you. And that was brilliant. But that really caught my attention too, because I mean, it was startling for him to say, "Oh, you're so not memorable. You're so not important." I mean, and then, you know, she's going to go become a victim. I mean, that was dark.
Really, really got to me. It's this girl has it coming. She brought it on herself. For days, these thoughts have been repeated and repeated on breath after breath, in wave after wave, an unrelenting force. They became the current that carried away any last surge of sentiment, of creeping conscience, of warning, whisper that one day there might be regret. "Hello, Annabelle," said Annabelle warily. "I didn't expect to see you." This girl has it coming. She brought it on herself. "Do you want to come in?" The stalker nodded, forced a smile, and then Annabelle cracked the door wider. The music pulsed louder, and the stalker strode in, vowing, at least for this brief moment, never to look back. Like,
you're not hooked by the end of that.
Yeah, like, I was just like, holy crap. And then, yeah, like Miriam says, that was giving us clues about the murderer. And then the whole entire time, like, this was one of the first cozies that I started my channel and started me going really hardcore on cozies. And I couldn't figure out the whodunit at all the first time I read this book. I had no freaking clue. There was like, I kept going, well, is it, you know, it has to be the boyfriend. It has to be the boyfriend, or was it her stepmom? And like all of these things, never in a million years would I have thought that it was the boyfriend's dad.
I mean, I kind of think she hid those clues really, really well almost. I didn't have a clue because first we didn't know for a long time that she was pregnant, and that was supposed to be like the big clue, and that wasn't until like 65% of the book in. So I almost feel as if we couldn't get the real clues until much later anyway. So we had our little red herrings of, oh, was it another dancer wanting her spot being the understudy? Oh, was it the stepmother for the insurance and the money? So, I mean, we went down our little trails that seemed logical and reasonable, but at the same time, you know, we didn't have that kind of pivotal information. But again, I didn't really mind that she withheld that, because we did know about the boyfriend. We did know about other like things going on in her romantic life. So it wasn't a shock.
I thought that it was really cool how the boyfriend was named after his father. So like the whole entire time when her roommate's like, yeah, the dick, like that, like about the kid.
I like how that's, yeah. I mean, that's part of this cozy where it's, you know, it's a little different with the language.
Yes, the language is a lot more harsh in this cozy. Like that's something that that Angela and I were talking about earlier, is the fact that this is a probably more harsh, like kind of towing the line when it comes to the regular cozies that we know and love versus something that's a little bit more hardcore in terms of language and things like that. What did you guys think?
I mean, I think I started getting into cozies when I first started watching Hallmark movies and mysteries when I was in high school. And so to me, I always associated Hallmark and PG with the cozy mysteries because that's kind of what got me into the cozy mystery genre. I was watching the movies like the, what was it? Mystery Girl with Kelly Martin, and then John Larroquette. He had his own series. And so I always associated cozy mysteries being very PG. And so whenever I picked them up, I always expect them to have like a sweetness. And then for here, they were swearing. There was an F-bomb. I mean, that was totally different. And so I kind of had to go, oh, okay, like just roll with it. I mean, I was surprised though. It was because it's not typical.
And I think the reason why it's not typical is because it's based in New York. So normally our cozies are in small towns in small parts of the country, versus this one, it felt like a cozy because the neighborhood where the vintage blend was, or the village blend, the village blend was, it seemed more cozy, but it was a little bit harsher language, which I just really, really like. It didn't mind me as much. Like the first time I read it, I guess I didn't really click on it. But when I listened to it the second time in audiobook form, and I had my headphones in and I was working. And when he went and he called her an effing bitch, I was like, whoa, like where did that come from? But I still really, really loved it just as much as the first time. Good night, Trish.
Bye, Trish. We love you. See, even Max wanted to say goodnight, right? That was perfect bark timing.
I really, really, really enjoyed this. What did you guys think about how Madame sort of tricked Claire and Matteo into sort of having the same apartment for certain times within the year? What did you think about that?
I mean, this is the part where because she was making a comment how I found the quote about how she was kind of trying to logic her way through why she was getting the coffee house. So she made a comment how he had nothing in common with them, and she could say that for her ex, but he was not her choice for guardianship of her beloved coffee house. Well, he wasn't the guardian, but he was still going to get something. He was still going to be living nearby. Like, it might not be her beloved coffee house, but he's still getting something. I mean, this is why I was really curious, because usually when someone cheats and has all sorts of affairs and, leaves your marriage for long spans of time, people tend to understand why you divorced. So I'm kind of curious about their backstory, like why she thinks they still have a chance together. Like, what is there about the relationship that she's trying to kind of salvage? Because when you're getting her point of view, it didn't really seem like there was much of a chance for it to work out. But I mean, I don't know if this is because it's her son and she wants what's best for him. Like, he's not thinking, she's not thinking about it.
I think that she loves Claire so much that she, like, because she admitted multiple times how horrible Matteo was and like how irresponsible he was and things like that. Like, Madame totally 100% agreed with that. But I think that I didn't like the fact that she did that. Like, I see that some people are like, yeah, she has spunk. I liked it. It was funny. And I can see that aspect. But then I also like think in my head, like, you're messing with someone's life. Like, there is a reason why he's no longer a part of her life.
Yeah, I think I'm more in your camp. It was one of those, like, I understand for the plot, but if someone did that to me in real life, I would be livid. I would be hitting the roof. If I was Claire, oh my goodness, I would not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be okay. Someone who cheated and then, like, you find out that he also had a cocaine habit. And so, like, you totally understand where Claire's coming from when it comes to, hey, I don't want him to live in my apartment. Like, this was not part of the plan. You did not tell me what was going on. And I can tell why she was salty. Hell, I'm salty for her.
I was mad on her behalf too when I read that. I mean, I was also partially curious. I mean, again, I'm not putting blame on her whatsoever, but I was curious why she didn't ask about, the other people or who might be tenants or living in the area, the building. Like, there was no indication or something to kind of set her up for that of, oh yes, I'm inviting, someone else, who you've met. Like there was no hint given to her to mentally prepare. It's like,
No.
let's just drop a shock on you. And fortunately,
in her head, like she knew she'd seen Matteo because he's the Village Blend's coffee buyer. But as far as she was concerned, he stayed in hotels when he was in the country. Like he was mostly out of town, and so that probably didn't even like phase her, or she didn't even think about it when it came to that.
yeah, see, I was looking in the comments. So here's the thing about Matt that really got me was he not only cheated, but he cheated persistently, and then he had the cocaine habit, and then he would try and buy the daughter's affection. I mean, this guy had a lot going against him. It wasn't as if there was one thing or, two things or, a couple variables there. There was a lot of baggage. Yeah. So, I'm reading the comments. I mean, I don't know what happens with Joy later on in the series, but I mean, when she was dating the guy who was just like the dad, I was so thankful that the writer put in her own little joy, like her little joke about Freud, because otherwise I was, for her to not have acknowledged that would have been like a little strange to me, but she put in her little joke and that justified it a little bit. But the dad and the boyfriend, I mean, if you haven't, I kind of want spoilers a little bit.
Yeah. It's something like CR says that Claire could say no, but she got a good deal out of it, part of a coffee shop business and a free house. And that is very, very true. She got to be closer to the things that she loves and being able to write and things like that from all of that. And she was closer to Joy because Joy's going off to college and everything. Yeah, Joy. I don't want to talk about Joy.
I mean, so when it came to Joy, I was kind of a little confused because on one hand, she's telling us how close they are, but then she shows up with a mystery boyfriend. And I feel like if they were super, super close, wouldn't she have mentioned she was going out on a date or she just started seeing one? I mean, I was kind of surprised that she had the surprise boyfriend. It was one of those, okay, let's just see how this plays out. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be a surprise wedding or baby. I mean, I don't know what Joy's deal is, but I'm really curious.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like lie. Part of the reason why I haven't moved on to book 5 is something that's going on with Joy that I'm trying to push past because I know that it's an amazing series because I love it so much. But I guess like when I read it for the first time like 2 years ago, it stopped me. And so I was like, nope, I'm gonna go on and read some other cozies. And I mean, I've got like 10. What?
You have to. I mean, I feel like if people don't want the spoiler, you can mute us or take a little 5-second pause. But I really want to know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't. Like, okay, it's not like mother like daughter. It's like dad like daughter.
Okay, so she's probably gonna be a little flaky and making choices questionable.
You know how some of those kids who they didn't really get to live a lot during their high school time, like their parents didn't let go of the leash, and so when they go to college, they sort of become someone who they weren't.
I mean, I can actually see now that you're saying that. So I was surprised how accepting and happy she was to see the father based on the information we were given. I thought she would have been more resentful or had kind of antagonistic feelings towards him in some way. I mean, usually when there's a parent who neglects their child, there's some resentment there to some degree. And the fact that she ran up to him and hugged him and he was still her idol as an adult, when you can kind of look at things a little bit more logically versus when you're a kid going, oh, this is my dad. Oh, this is the dad who cheated mom with the drug habit, like left me for long periods of time.
Yeah.
She thought of him as the idol.
I think they even mentioned like maybe the little bit of resentment that Joy does have towards Matteo when he keeps buying her charms for charm bracelet, and Claire didn't want to hurt Matteo's feelings by telling him that Joy no longer wore her charm bracelet, that she wore it every day up until like middle school and then only for special occasions, and then just like altogether not at all.
I mean, I honestly, when I read, so There was a Hallmark movie one time. Again, I love Hallmark. I'm always watching Hallmark. There was a Hallmark movie one time where they kind of mentioned, like, do women always wear bracelets? And I thought, no. I mean, if she's a chef, she's maneuvering around with her hands. So that actually, to me, I didn't even interpret that as resentment. It could just be, you know, she's a chef. She's always cooking. She didn't want to, you know, dangle a bracelet. But I mean, she still kept it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very much so. CR says that it's good to go on to book 5. Okay, I'm trusting you, CR. I will go on to book 5 and see if what I read in the book 4 is not, you know, persistent.
I mean, honestly, I can kind of see a comparison to Gilmore Girls with this.
And that's what I wanted.
I mean, this almost to me sounds like Rory when she was going through her little rebellious phase.
Like,
I think
dropped out of Harvard or dropped out of Yale, and yeah, basically that's sort of what happens. But for some reason, I just don't feel as though Joy and Claire are as close as Claire wants them to be.
Well, I mean, for her to not know about the boyfriend, I'm thinking they're not as close as she thinks they are.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, usually, you know, if you're really that close and you have a boyfriend, you've gone out a few times, more information would have been revealed. I mean, I made a Post-it note because this totally caught my attention, and this is why I thought of Lorelai and Rory. She mentioned how they would do their own little night-ins, and she would hang out with her and her friends while they did their cooking and their little games and stuff. I'm going, her mom's hanging out with her and her friends. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But like that happened with Rory and Lane and things like that. So like that didn't throw me off as much.
But that's like a comparison. Like that was the only way I could justify it in my head.
But I was just like, I do like that the series is a little edgy because sometimes, you know, you can only read darn it so many times before you're like, no, just say damn it. Like, yes, it's damn it. Like some
I say darn it. I say darn it when I get upset. I do. That's what I say.
Well, and I PG myself like for 5 years as a 5th grade teacher. Like I came up with very, very, very like thoughtful and like, you know, like like if I accidentally said to a kid, oh, you're SOL, they're like, what? And I'm like, you're so out of luck. And so like I came up with stuff like that to mute myself. And but sometimes I'm like no, that whatever that is, like that deserves a good curse word. Like, dang it. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of, you know, I pick up cozies because I want this sweet read. So I almost feel as if there needs to be a little bit of a disclaimer. If it, I mean, on one hand, though, I think, again, you mentioned New York, but I also think you can get away with it because she's older. I mean, she's, if you say consistently, she's 39, she's an adult, she can say and do whatever she wants. So, I mean, in that regard, you kind of just have to, you know, go with it because she is an adult. It's not, you know, it's, I mean, even YA books, they tend to have, you know, curse language and stuff, but I mean, she's an adult. It's for an adult.
YA books have more sex than my cozies.
I mean, I don't really think kids are reading cozy mysteries like this. I mean, if they are,
you know. Some of my students, I think, are like I'll walk through some schools and they're like, "Oh, Miss McFarland, I'm watching your cozy mysteries. I read this and this," and I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I did make a video for top 5 cozies for kids, so yeah.
Yeah, there were a few F-bombs. Yeah, I think that was where I was kind of moment. I was reading and I went, whoa, you know, I just totally stopped reading. I had that, you know, hold on.
I agree with that, especially like in the audiobook, and she like said it with gusto. I was like, whoa, now, like I'm in the middle of like doing edits and she just goes like that, and I was just like, whoa. I'm like making sure my headphones aren't too loud, like someone but like didn't walk by and a kid heard that or something. I was like,
what are you listening to? Do we need to monitor your reading habits?
Yeah. I was like, no. Yeah, Nicole, you really should. The top 5 cozies for kids is a lot of fun. I've forwarded it to quite a few parents who asked, I guess their kids are into like gory stuff, but they don't want them to be too into gory. So they asked me for some recommendations.
I mean, I'm so behind my YouTube viewing. Now I need to add that to my to-be watch list as well. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
You need to retweet that and be like, Throwback Thursday, remember when I did this video, guys?
Totally. All the things. So you listened to the audiobook as well, Nicole? Yeah, it was a lot more pronounced listening to it than just reading it. Like reading it, I would have paused, but I would have just sort of sped through that and just ignored it. But with the audiobook, there was no ignoring it at all.
I mean, I read it and it was just one of those, I was reading right along and I did not expect my eyes to come across that word, and then they did, and I was going, interesting, this is not going to be a Hallmark adaptation.
Yeah, no, that would not be.
Well, I mean, for so many reasons, because there were a lot of references, you know, he had the cocaine habit, but also you had the stepmom where they talked about nude dancing, and I thought that was a very polite way of phrasing it. They kept saying nude dancer. So you had that element of the personality as well, or you know, her backstory of her. So there was a lot going on there.
There was a lot going on. It sort of reminded me like of a Law and Order episode.
I mean, if there was an adaptation, I feel as if it'd have to go on Lifetime.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they did kill her hair, so they did do like a cozy mystery-esque at one point. So maybe it can go on Lifetime.
They totally
Lifetime.
CR, the audiobook was really good. I was really, really pleased with it. I loved the narrator. She had a really good voice, and I loved her accents for like Madam, and I really like it. It really got me even more into the characters. I liked it. And yeah, she didn't do her voice different for every character, because sometimes that can really throw me off if like it's a female and then she goes like this for a guy. Like I'm just like, whoa now, whoa. But I really liked the way she spoke for Madam. I thought that was cool. It was like a cool little French accent. I really liked it.
I mean, it took me a while to realize, you know, when they kept calling her Madam, I'm going, why is this her nickname? Why is this her name? And the dog is doing something very peculiar over there. He's trying to go inside one of my purses.
I think you should answer the reading puppet because I don't know how the answer to this question.
Okay, so I know this answer because I actually did a case study of Lifetime. So both of them tend to be more, you know, female-centric viewership. So Hallmark is very GPG. Lifetime is a little bit grittier. They will have, they do the TV-14 movies and, you know, special editions and stuff like that. So definitely grittier. You know, this would go on Lifetime. This would not be a Hallmark adaptation. They probably wouldn't allow some of the swearing, but they would at least allow, you know, the new dancer reference and maybe some of the swearing. But they're, you know, kind of similar demographics, but different kind of production styles. So I love Lifetime. You know, again, they're both great channels, but great for different reasons.
Yeah, I don't think I've really watched Lifetime, though I totally watch Hallmark. Like, yeah, that's a thing. Poor Aaron. Like, whenever I start getting, like, you know, extra emotional during a certain time of the month, I'm like, oh, the Hallmark movies. And he's just like, oh, this is my life for the next week. I'm like, nope.
Well, every time, so they did the new summer movies. Now they're doing their new fall movies. Then they have the new Christmas movies. I basically just have Hallmark on 24/7.
Yep, pretty much my life.
I mean, and I finally, okay, if you guys have On Demand and Hallmark, they have some of their movies on demand, and they just changed up the movies that they had because I'd already watched all of them on demand. So when they got the new ones, I was so excited. I'm going, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
I think, how much is on demand? Is it like?
Well, I think as long as you have Hallmark, and then as soon as you go on demand under networks, they're listed under networks. You click on Hallmark, and then you have their movies and some of their TV shows for free. It's included.
And I can stream it onto my TV?
I think so. I do.
Okay. Well, because I was trying to stream the Hallmark on demand onto my TV, but it wasn't working. So I just ended up watching from my phone.
I mean, now they have their Hallmark specific app.
They've got Hallmark Now.
Yeah. And that has specific movies just for that application, which is so frustrating because I love Candace. I want to watch all Candace's movies.
Yeah, but you have to pay for Hallmark Now on top of your cable, whatever.
Yeah, which I haven't done, no. And even then, they're coming out with all their new Christmas movies, so I have enough to watch for Hallmark. We're good on the Hallmark front.
That's totally a thing.
Oh, we have, what's going on in the comment section? I'm missing stuff.
I think, though, if a cozy mystery is targeted as a cozy, there is a general assumption that it won't be crossing a certain line, being it language or subject matter. And I totally I agree with that. Like, there was one cozy mystery that we read, Her Royal Spyness, a couple of months ago, that was more a historical fiction with a cozy kind of like side. Like, the murder didn't even happen until like 58% into the book or some weird like that. And it felt like it wasn't a cozy mystery, even though it was labeled that, which is why I didn't give it a higher marking, because I feel as though if they had said, hey, this is sort of like a cozy, but more historical fiction, I would have rated it higher because that's what my expectations were going in.
Yeah, I think the genre specifications, I think that's really important. And if I were to come across what you came across, I would probably look back going, wow, I really did not sign up for this. Because again, I pick up cozies because I want something sweet and different. And if it really does start to push the genre boundaries, you're going, maybe you should be in a different genre.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
I totally agree. That I will say that I have never come across a cozy that has that aspect within it at all. Like Laurel K. Hamilton, yes. Like there's some of that, but I mean, that's science fiction fantasy. So yeah.
I mean, again, I think this book, the one we're reading, qualifies as a cozy, no doubt. But even then, the language struck me. So again, like, I think there's certain references when you go, cozy? Is this a cozy mystery over here? Maybe this could be just a mystery, not a cozy mystery, a mystery.
So the Reading Puppet asked a really, really good question. So what would be a dark cozy? I feel like dark cozies have to have more graphic murder. So they have to go into sort of the details of it. Harsher language. I would feel like a darker cozy is something that it reminds you of Law and Order, like something that is not as harsh as Law and Order, but isn't as frilly or like happy-ish like Mrs. Fisher's. Like it's a really good question, and I kind of want to write a whole entire blog post on it.
You're gonna be like, this is a question I now need to answer in 7 days. No, I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head if I've really read a dark one. Because my first response was, well, I consider this one kind of dark because we had the stalker point of view. We had the kind of language and references. So in my head, I was thinking this was darker. But again, I tend to like the very sweet ones. I like the Hannah Swenson baking. Yeah. I want to go to the cookie jar. I don't really want to go into
as sweet as murder can be. Let's be honest. Like as sweet as, killing someone can be. I like Madison says, while she enjoys her cozies to be on the gentle side, she would argue that crime genre doesn't have a hard line. It's more of a cozy to hard-boiled line or spectrum. Some of the older series from the 90s make you go, wow, some of the things they say would not be PC today. No, very much so. I got like a whole entire stack of Miss Something, but I thought that they looked really, really cute and really sweet, but some of the things that they said made me so uncomfortable, like when it came to women's rights and when it came to people's skin and religion and things like that. I was like, nope, I can't read this. This is not a cozy. You're being a judgy person and kind of hateful, and I can't believe you as a woman is writing this. So I couldn't do those. I actually unhauled those really, really quick because I couldn't do it.
Some books don't age well. That's for sure. I mean, I think the romance genre had a lot of that with like the early bodice rippers, and some of them you're going, oh, this is crossing a line of consent over here. Some things don't, for their time period, they work, but when you look at them with more knowledge and background, going, no.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, Kristen, I'm actually going to be writing a cozy for NaNoWriMo too, so we could totally like help write with each other if you want.
Are you gonna finish the one you started?
No, I'm working on my psychic librarian one. I'm like really, really into the outline and details of it, and I think it sounds pretty cool.
Oh my goodness. But you gotta finish the other one though.
Yeah, well, I'm mad at her right now. So
You're mad at your character.
I know it's weird for me to be mad at my character, but I am.
I'm gonna say, you know you control her, right?
I know I can, but I don't feel like I control her. I feel she controls me.
I mean, there are a lot of writers who always say, you know, when the characters are talking to you, you just have to write what they say. But I think that's so funny. You're letting her dictate the entire story and the writing process. That's just, I love it.
Yes. Well, and I think that that's because like I'm not I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a natural writer. I feel like I'm a natural reader. Like reading comes to me very, very easily. But to write, it takes like, I don't know. I don't have like my writing style down right. Like for Kristen, if you're really wanting to write a cozy, this book is really good. It's writing and selling your mystery novel. My favorite cozy author, Ellie Alexander, actually suggested this to me, and I've been going through, and it like has worksheets and things to like break it up. It even talks about cozies. It talks about the different elements of what the different types of like subcategories are. Like it says here that a cozy, also referred to as a traditional mystery, these novels are written with a light touch and an element of fun. The setting is a small community and the protagonist is an amateur sleuth. Sex and violence occur for the most part off stage. Agatha Christie invented this category, and her Miss Marple remains the quintessential cozy protagonist, is what this book says.
We actually did a live stream a while ago on my channel where we were talking about, you know, how to write your cozy mystery. I can't remember the name of the book I recommended, but there's another good one in existence talking about how to write cozies. I mean, again, it's a genre breakdowns are so important, and so if you're writing a book, please read the genre, read about the genre you're writing.
Exactly, because I feel like there are some people who just say, "Oh, cozy mystery, that's easy," and then they
I love the people, the people who do that. Oh.
I've read so many horrible cozies on Kindle Unlimited that I'm just like, because a lot of the people on Kindle Unlimited are self-published, which there's nothing wrong with self-publishing, because I found like so many of my favorite cozy mystery authors. I found London Lovett, Agatha Frost, like I love them. But some of these people I'm just like, seriously? Like, do you even know what a cozy is? I feel like you don't know what a cozy is.
Yeah, you start to get the people who think, oh, this is the easy genre. I mean, this is the part, you know, so romance is the first best-selling, but it's followed by mysteries, and cozy mysteries is right up there within the mysteries being the best-selling. And you're going, these are people who read a lot. These are people who know their books. You're not going to fool them.
Yeah. Well, and the thing, like someone asked up here, like talked about like how there was so much coffee within here. You know, she did her research when it came to coffee. You know 100% that she did her research, because I've talked to some other people who have read this book when I first read it, and they said that they didn't like it because of how much information there was on coffee. But I feel like this book would have lost a depth in it had she not done her research when it came to this, when it came to running a coffee shop. Because you can say all day, you can try and write all day about a job that you've never experienced, but is it going to be as believable? No, it's not. You have to do the research.
I kind of let that one go as well, because that's a big part of her personality, you know, being the manager, being the owner, and then the fact that that's the title of the book and that's the play on words, on what grounds, the coffee grounds. I mean, I kind of accepted that because that was part of the premise in a way. I mean, if she was just throwing that in there just to have something to make herself sound smart, that'd be totally different. But it intertwined, and I kind of liked the part at the beginning I mean, it was a crime scene, but she goes, "Do you want me to make you some coffee?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to make you some Greek coffee over here." And I didn't know that was the type of thing, and I learned that.
And I think that that's fun with the little like tidbits. Like, again, I talk about Ellie Alexander all the time, but in her Bake Shop mystery series, you know she loves to bake. In her Sloane Krause series, you know she did her whole entire research on the brewing process of beer. Like, it's something that they have a passion for and that they wanted to write about. And so I mean, the one that Angela was talking about was Graded in Red, and it's my first cozy that I've started writing, and I've been teaching for 7 years, so I'm writing what I know. And then with this one, it's the Psychic Librarian, and that's what I would have been had I not done the education road. If I had done the library sciences road, I would have become a librarian. So I feel very comfortable in those aspects.
I mean, I don't, this is where, like, I know Stephen King's not out there being like a creepy clown murdering people. Like, I don't think you have to always live what you're writing, but I think for the genre, and when you are writing something, you have to care about what you're writing about. You have to have that passion. I mean, if you have the details and facts to draw from, that is so great because it's going to impact and make it better. Because you're also telling the reader what to expect. Because again, they not only know what your book is about. When you pick up a book that's has coffee on the cover, I mean, if they start talking about smoothies and going to Jamba Juice all the time, that's not what you signed up for.
Yeah, no, I agree, but yeah. So who all is going to be in NaNoWriMo? Like, well, is anybody going to be doing NaNoWriMo? I'm really, really going to try super hard.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I need to finish. I don't know if I should take on a new project. I should finish what I've already been working on.
My word count just for my sort of like, I guess you would call it like a, not a draft, but like a plot outline is 6,000 words.
I think you're ready to write. I think you're ready to go.
Like, I've written like a whole synopsis. Like, I've done like I'm looking at it right now. It's 18 pages long. Just like me outlining and like, breaking everything down and the characters and all of that fun stuff. I've actually never read a Stephen King book.
Oh,
Oh no, but over here they're talking about Stephen King, and I'm like, I've never read a Stephen King book.
I mean, he wasn't in prison, dealing. I think this is the whole thing about writing. Like, you can write outside your comfort zone, you can write in your comfort zone, but for the cozies, I think having those life experiences really does shine true because this genre has certain expectations, and if you've lived them and you have insight, that's going to show differently because of the genre. That's all I think about that. I mean,
oh yeah, no, I totally agree. CR asked if I'm happy with it, or am I planning on self-publishing it on Kindle? I don't know. I know that I've been in contact with a couple of cozy mystery writers, and they've been asking me about like my drafts, and like they've been asking like how well is it going. So I was thinking maybe I could ask them like how they got into it, and maybe actually go the traditional way of publishing. But if not, then I would do Kindle Unlimited. I mean, I think that some people might like reading my stuff.
I would buy it. I'd read it. Kindle or traditional, I'd buy it.
Willow, quit it. She's licking herself, and so I don't know if you can hear it, but she's super loud when she licks herself.
I know, I just saw that you're doing college classes. Yeah, that's why I'm also kind of, should I do NaNoWriMo hardcore? Because I'm working on my dissertation right now, and school and writing, and when you don't have a set schedule, it's very, very difficult.
I totally understand. That's part of the reason why I'm like, you know what? I'm still, I graduated with my master's in 2016. I'm like, I can still wait a little bit longer before I start anything else. Oh, good night, Nicole.
Bye, I love you. She's amazing. Everyone should subscribe to Nicole.
Yes, seriously, she's fantastic, and she cracks me up all the time of always. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. Now, if you guys, I can read my synopsis if you want me to read my synopsis of this book.
Go for it. I mean, you have 6,000 words that you could potentially read. I mean, I'm very impressed by that. I mean, I'm a plotter, but I mean, that's plotting.
Well, because before I was a pantser and I didn't plot anything for my other book. And so, like, that's bothering me. And so I'm like, no, I'm actually writing things down. Okay. So like sort of like basis, the main character's name is Amelia Bouchard. She's the head librarian. She is single, divorced, no kids, except she has a cute little puppy. And she is moving to Astoria, Oregon. And so here's the synopsis. Amelia Bouchard is starting over after ending a nasty divorce and finishing her master's degree in library sciences. With the blessing and encouragement of her Aunt Rachel, Amelia packs up her bags and her Australian shepherd Wesley and moves to Astoria, Oregon, a small town of 20,000 people, and becomes the head librarian. Amelia quickly finds herself falling in love with the quaint seaside town, becoming fast friends with Callie, the owner of Callie's Coffee and local gossip, as well as forming a friendship with her assistant librarian, Marie. She does have a little issue with her new neighbor, who is more interested in her marital status of Amelia than she is. Amelia has her first real test in the small town when she is challenged with heading the town's yearly rummage sale. She's needing to raise money to purchase and build new bookshelves for the children's area in the library. She finds that this is harder to do than she thought when she is cornered by a very influential woman named Rebecca Replier, who tries to force her antique books on her to sell them illegally. However, she finds something new about herself when Rebecca forces the book into Amelia's hands, and she has a vision of someone poisoning another person with malice intent of death. Shaken, Amelia pushes the book back into Rebecca's hands and tells her vehemently that she can't do anything for her. Having an argument with someone of a higher social class, as Rebecca, was straining enough. But after Rebecca and Amelia have a heated argument, Rebecca is found killed in the archives and rare books section of the library, with the murder weapon being a book of Astoria's history. Amelia is the prime suspect, as her fingerprints are found on the rare book. Amelia not only has to figure out if she's going crazy and having visions from the strain and stress of moving, but she also has to clear her name. This was supposed to be a new start for her, and she wasn't going to let some stranger and visions get in the way of her happiness.
I can see that on a bookshelf.
So that was my synopsis.
That is amazing. I mean, my first question is, has she ever had visions before, or like any indications that she's had? So what brings it on? Is it just?
I don't know. I think in my mind, what brought it on was the fact that she got out of her cheating scumbag marriage and was able to fully become herself, and being away allowed her to realize who she was as a person. So
amazing. Yeah. You not only need to write this to the NaNoWriMo, you need to get, your draft, you then need to revise, then you need to publish. You gotta get this book done, because now we need to make this one of our book selections.
Yeah. The suspect list is Amelia, Andrew Relier, who is Rebecca's husband, Rose Relier, who is Rebecca's mother-in-law, and Baxter, who is a semi-friend of Rebecca's.
I just saw Nicole. You stayed for the synopsis. I love her so much. Yeah, everyone loves you. They're like, sounds fantastic, sounds amazing. I think you have your readership right here.
Thank you.
Hey, Trish came back. Hi, Trish.
Hi, Trish.
To read your book. Everyone wants to know all the info. It does. It does sound like something. I mean, it sounds ready, to put that on your website and be like, hey, I wrote this. This is what I wrote.
This is the thing that I did. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with writing it, and she's going to be able to go back in her history because she's originally from Oklahoma, so there's going to be a Native American twist, which is where her vision.
You're pulling on like your own experiences, and
yeah,
I love that.
And so she's sort of she's going to be pulling from her Native American bloodline, and that's where she's getting her visions from. But yeah, so it's fun because I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but my master's is in American Studies with an emphasis on Native American and women's studies. So I wanted to put a little bit of that in my book as well. But we should probably say so next month we're not going to be doing the live stream on the last Wednesday of the month because the last Wednesday of the month is, Halloween. So we're actually doing it the Wednesday before, just so you guys know. And we did have a poll up, and we do have a winner for October's Cozy Mystery. So it's this one.
The dog. He's like, yes, that's the book I wanted.
It is A Potion to Die For, the first in the Magic Potion Mystery Series by Heather Blake. So this is I asked you guys if you wanted to do a witchy cozy for this month or for October. Did you want to do a ghost, or did you want to do like a fall kind of book? And so you guys voted for witchy, and then I put up 3 different witchy books, which, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, my video on Friday is the top 5 witchy books. And so if you want to know about some more witchy kind of cozy mysteries, I will have that up on Friday.
Blink, blink, nudge, nudge, put a little notification bell on.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So I'm pretty excited about it. It looks awesome. It looks like there's like a ghost cat or 2 cats or something. It just looks super cute.
I'm excited to read a themed cozy for the holiday. I think that's amazing. I like that. I'm happy.
I was like, we have to do something like spooky or magic-y or something like that. I'm just like, yes, we have to. Oh, thanks, Trish. I love it when I have all you guys commenting. It makes my whole entire day whenever I can fill up my comments and respond and all of that fun stuff.
I mean, you're very consistent posting content as well, which is super impressive.
Yep, every Wednesday and Friday, and then sometimes on the weekends if I want to do an extra vlog.
See, I always promise every Friday people can get a video, but then because of dissertation and stuff, I was going, okay, I did the live stream with Nicole last week. This week I'm doing Courtney's live stream. Those are my videos for the week. So I put the video, the first Friday in October. I give you so much credit for posting so many videos. It takes me so long to edit and post. I mean, it's a lot of work.
It is. I'm not like, I don't know. For me, I don't even try anymore to take out like my ums and my whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'm human. You guys know I'm human. And I'm having a chat with all of my favorite people. And I just, that's how I see it. Like I'm on the, like even if I have the lights and then my camera on me, I'm like, I just love you all.
I mean, I think what ends up happening with me is when I go to film, it's not that I get nervous, but sometimes I get either really excited or tongue-tied or go on tangents and I just want to stay on topic, or the dog will start barking and I have to, edit the craziness out because I have to, go get him, settle him down. So I always have to start and stop. And so just to kind of make it clean, it takes a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I give you credit. I mean, I'm glad your animals are nice and calm and you got Aaron.
Well, my animals are old, so they're sleeping like 99.9% of the time. Oh, I actually did do a autumn top 5 autumn cozies last week. So you should go on my videos for earlier, and there's a autumn my top 5 autumn picks as well.
I think when I watched it, you were already up to something like 300 views when I watched.
Yeah, I think something like that. Like I also have a top 5 like playlist. So like I'll do the top 5 like cozy companions, like when it comes to like the cozy animals. And bye.
Oh, bye. Thank you for joining us. You're so sweet.
Yeah, I did Autumn Cozy Mystery Rex. It has 410. And then I always do releases for the new month, like so the new cozy mystery releases and things like that. But I've been doing a lot of cozy videos lately, so there's tons that you can go and look and watch if you want and all that fun stuff.
Oh, Trish, you're gonna make me cry. You're so sweet. And everyone should be subscribed to you. I mean, you love cozies. If you just want to see someone who's amazing, just follow Courtney. Everyone in the world should be following you.
Everyone in the world should be following all of us.
I know. Everyone should follow each other. Post their channel links and stuff in the comments.
Yes. CR, almost every cozy series has a fall Halloween theme book. Goal for next year is to be caught up in the series, so I have a lot of fall cozies next year for that time. You can't read a series out of order. Yes, I know. There were so many that I recorded myself going to the bookstore this past weekend. I haven't posted it yet, but there were so many cool, awesome fall and Halloween themed books. And I was like, please be the first one in the series. Dang it. No. Please be the first one. No. Why are you number 12? I was so mad. I was like, no.
I noticed that for Christmas last year because there was one, it was Death by Eggnog or something, or Death and Eggnog, and it was book 3 or 4. I'm going, okay, so I gotta go get the first 3.
Right? But there is one that's coming out next month in October. It's called Yule Log or something like that. I posted it in my video of today. And it's 3 short stories by 3 different cozy mystery authors, and it's perfect for 12 Days of Cosmas. And it's gonna be super awesome.
Okay, immediately needs to go add that to the TBR on Goodreads and the Amazon wish list. That needs to happen.
Yes, there's I think I have in my video yesterday there were 2 ones that would be perfect for 12 Days of Cosmas in December.
I forgot about that. I know I did. It was I remember was last year the first year?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I remember when you were getting it up, and I think that was when we first started connecting.
Yes,
we kind of missed it a little bit, but you guys are doing it again this year, though, right?
Yes, Robin and I are doing it again this year, but we're also asking for more hosts.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hi.
Yeah, we haven't. Sorry, guys. I have bronchitis, so I'm trying really hard not to cough. But yes, 12 Days of Cosmas is most definitely happening again this year. And if you are interested in being a host, you contact me or Robin at the Driftless Reader. And I want our coz game to be super strong this year. I want it to be the strongest of strong cozy Christmases. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, I'm game. I'm here for whatever you need, whatever pops up on your plate. You're like, hey, I want to talk about cozies. I'm here for you.
Okay, newbie here. What is the 12 Days of Cosmas? So last year, Robin and I from the Driftless Reader.
And everyone's following her. She's amazing. Robin,
yes, she's wonderful. We created the 12 Days of Cosmas, which is a 12-day readathon in which there was there are 12 challenges that you can do, different types of reading books, and every challenge has a Christmas song to go along with it. And then it has a challenge to do either on Instagram or cooking or something. And it's really, really, really awesome. And it's fun. And I'm so happy that Robin helped me, create it. And there's a 12 Days of Cosmas Instagram and a Twitter. And you'll hear more about it probably in November-ish, but I just wanted to get your minds started on it because, yes, 12 Days of Cosmas.
I have a suitcase out. Max went into the suitcase and is trying to bury a bone in the suitcase. So if you hear noise, I apologize. But yeah, everyone join it. I know I'm following. I think I'm following all the accounts. I'm pretty sure.
Well, do you guys have anything else that you want to talk about when it comes to On What Grounds or anything like that? I know that we're hitting our hour mark of the stream, so I was just wondering.
I just hope he's quiet. I'm just staring at the dog please be quiet. I'm sure they don't want to listen to you bark.
Okay, Delilah has now decided that now is the time for her to eat dinner. So she's eating dinner in the entryway. She's very loud about it. Yeah, who all will continue the series after reading the first book? I totally will.
I think I actually had a question that I almost forgot. There was a book you and I had mentioned that we hoped it would win at one point, but then it didn't, and then other people had expressed interest. I think it was Murder in G Major. Is that the title that I'm?
Yes, yes, it was because it was more diverse.
Yeah, she would have been our first, non-white female protagonist, and I was like, yes, I want more diversity in my reads over here for cozies. So if you guys, I know I posted this on Twitter and people liked it, but I only got like 1 or 2 responses. So if y'all wanted to organize a buddy read or something, I can do that, develop a hashtag or something, and we can figure that out if people wanted to do that. Because I remember there was interest in that book, and I think people were a little sad that it didn't get more traction.
Yes, I was sad. Part of me wants to, like, maybe when we hit our year mark of doing this, going back to all of the cozies that didn't get picked and sort of do like a last man standing, which one wants to be more read or something like that. Like, I don't know. I thought that would be cool.
No, yeah. I mean, because there's so many books. And I was really excited about that one in particular. I was kind of rooting for it. And then I know people also seemed really interested in it. So, and then people liked the idea of the buddy read, but it never really got, started. But if anyone is interested in that, just let me know. I can always do it again, or we can figure something out, later after the live stream. But I did just want to red flag
that. Danielle, what is your main recommendation for a cozy? Yes. My favorite cozy is Meet Your Baker by Ellie Alexander. But I do have a video call which is all about cozies for beginners. And I have 5 books that I picked that would be perfect for beginner reading in cozies. So you can go watch that video.
I mean, I love my Hannah Swenson, Joanna Fluke, the Murder She Baked series. That is one of my all-time favorites. I love Hannah. She's my girl. I also love Aurora Teagarden by Charlene Harris. She wrote True Blood, but then she went into her cozies as well. That's one of my favorites. I mean, I know from the books we've read for this club, my favorite was, why am I blanking on it? Shannon was the female protagonist. It was
the high-end
fixer-upper mystery. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I love Ellie Alexander, and then I love Bailey Cates as well. She writes the Magical Bakery Mystery series. I'm also in love with Sophie Kelly, who writes the Magical Cat series. I mean, there's just so many books. Because, like, all of these behind me, most of them are cozies. And I just bought 8 more cozies this past weekend. So, yeah.
I mean, I think it's also, I end up reading the series. So, I mean, I think there's something like 17 books in the Murder She Baked series. There are quite a few. So, I mean, I ended up going in for the series rather than individual books. I think we've already talked about that a lot. But now I'm curious what's going on with Joy. I want to know what's going on with this book series. I'm kind of curious.
Yes. Oh, I see so many people reading Meet Your Baker. Oh, that makes my heart so happy.
Ellie Alexander is so sweet too. I mean,
yes. After you read it, we did a live stream on it because that was our first book that we read for this book club. And Ellie Alexander actually came on and she did, she commented with the people that came and joined. And she also sent out gifts to a couple of lucky winners as well. She has probably the greatest and like just most open heart that I've ever met out of any author. I talk to her probably on a bi-weekly basis. Like, we're constantly messaging each other on Instagram and things like that. So she's super, super sweet.
Oh, I mean, she was one of the first authors who helped me with my dissertation. I'm studying the romance genre readership and the stigma and the romance genre fandom. And so she immediately, as soon as she heard me say that, she's going, I have some romance writer friends. Let me put you in touch with them. I mean, I was so appreciative that she did that. I mean, just all the love in the world to her for that.
And if you want, she's actually created her own YouTube channel as well. It's brand new. She has I don't even think that she has 50 subscribers yet, but she's making videos on writing. She's making videos on Ashland, Oregon. She's doing all these different kinds of things, which is really, really cool. And so you can always totally go and check out her YouTube channel as well. It's just Ellie Alexander. She also writes under Kate Dyer Seeley. She writes the Pacific Northwest series under Kate Dyer Seeley, and she also writes under the it's Natural Thorn Killer is the first one. That's the one of her newest books. That one was really good as well with Britta. It's all about a flower shop in Portland, Oregon, and so those are super good as well.
Oh no, I mean she's prolific. I mean I still have books of hers that are on my to be read list, and I've purchased them. They're here somewhere.
She's probably the only cozy mystery writer that I have literally read every single book she has ever put out. Like, hands down, every single book she has ever written, I have devoured all of them.
I think that needs to end up on one of her upcoming book covers going, recommended by BookTuber Courtagonist.
Yes. Right. She even messaged me and she says that she wants to do a YouTube video with me.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes. Hi, Anna. I was wondering where you were. But yeah, so there are tons and tons of cozies that you can go and be a part of. There are so many different themes, so many like elements and things like that. It's all up to what you like, what you think, and everything.
I just saw Hannah Swenson. I forgot how many there were in that series. I saw 23. I knew there were a lot. I just couldn't remember the exact number. I mean, I love Hannah, but after a certain point, you know, the numbers cease to matter. You just blend into the story. See, now I need to go. I know you, because I actually saw she started the channel because you tweeted her. You tweeted the link, and I'm really behind with my social media stuff. I've been missing notifications. I got retweeted by Goodreads, and then because I got tagged, all my notifications for that kept coming through, so I was missing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So because I had such an influx, I'm like, I am missing people who so a lot of stuff has slipped through. I need to make sure I'm not missing any stuff. So if you have DM'd or posted recently, I'm sorry if I missed it.
Yeah, it just, you know, things get away sometimes. You got other things that are on your mind. Well, guys, I think that we're reaching the end of this. Go make sure, Lou said that this is on Kindle for $5.99 right now. So you can go and get October's book. It's A Potion to Die For by Heather Blake. And it is the first in the Magic Potion mystery. And it looks super, super cute. And I'm just excited to read sort of a Halloween-ish kind of book for October. And I'm so happy that there were so many new people that came and joined our cozy family.
I know, I was seeing new names. I kind of want to go back after the live stream is uploaded and rendered and be like, oh, I need to go follow you. I need to go follow you. I want to go meet. Yeah. I'm exciting to see new names.
It's so much fun. I love making new friends and all of that fun stuff. So next month, it will be not the last Wednesday of the month, but the next to last Wednesday. I think we'll put it on Twitter and everything. But if you want to mark your calendar, it will be on October 24th is when it'll be. On October 24th, and it'll be on Angela's channel, which is where we will go in and talk about what we think of A Potion to Die For.
Now that we have a winner, I need to go buy it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. I'm so glad that you're liking my videos. That makes me feel so good.
That's so sweet. That's one of the nicest things you can say to a booktuber, aside from, I bought and love this book because you recommended it. Those are two of the nicest things you can say to a booktuber.
Well, I'm so glad that you found me, and now you can find Angela and all of her awesome videos, and, you know, we can just have an awesome, you know, all around.
Oh, you're so sweet. I mean, I love our little bookish corner of the world. I love the positivity. This really is my positive outlet. And I mean, you're so sweet, and everyone in the comments is so sweet. I mean, it's a great way to spend a Wednesday.
Yep, it's a great way to spend a Wednesday. Well, good night, everyone. I hope that you have an amazing night and that your week ends happily. And I'm so glad that a lot of you guys really enjoyed On What Grounds. It is probably like the pinnacle, the start of why I became a booktuber and why I came to this whole entire scene. So I'm so glad that you guys liked it. And yeah. So, oh, Angela is books are my heart.
And HART is my last name. I thought it was a fun little play on words, and hopefully it doesn't confuse the algorithm for you.
Look, Kristen says she joined BookTube partially because of Angela.
Oh my god! Oh, you're gonna make me cry. I know I need to watch Kristen's. She said she made her first YouTube video, and so I bookmarked it. And so tonight I was gonna watch it. I have like 5 or 6 YouTube videos that I need to go watch, and hers is one of them. So now I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, she posted 2 days ago. Bookship Unboxing 2018.
So everyone should subscribe to her because she's adorable and we love her. Aw, you made me cry. Oh my god.
You guys
say something so the camera goes to you.
Okay. Hi, guys. So we're going to talk to you guys later. Good night. Have an amazing night. And I hope that you are cozying up with a good cozy and a warm drink because that's what you guys deserve. I love you guys, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
And